Hello, this is Hell, and welcome back to Space Engineers 2. This is just a review on someone else's module ship. They used my module pack, and I think really did modules well. This is the Wolf class raid ship B1 by wolfKnight. And yeah, I think it's actually pretty good, and it's very, what's the word? Good use of the module system, I think. It's very inventive. No, not inventive. Really hard to find a word for it. I guess, there's been a lot of modifications to the modules in this. So, it is... Yeah, hard to find the word for it. It is its own thing. It is not just, oh, you slap some modules together. They've gone to the effort of changing everything around to make it more their own, right? So I'm just going to start off here at the very front of the ship. Of course, you have your cockpit, which I believe is the version 2, but they have modified it, of course. As you can see, very heavily modified it, especially at the bottom here. You see a little truss. Ooh, a bit laggy. And here they also have a dock, which I'll talk about later. I think it's pretty cool. Bit of hangar. Going inside here we have, okay, I will put my field of view back up. Going inside we have some cargo containers hooked up to a small conveyor which goes around. Some more cargo containers. I'm not entirely sure why they're sideways and upside down, but I'll go upstairs to trace where those... Oh, wait. Before doing that... Okay, yeah. I'll go upstairs now. Here we have... these are custom stairs from the workshop, I'm pretty sure. They look very nice, as you can see. Inbuilt lights. They use... Yeah, that's just a way to save PCU there. Here's a server rack, which is uniquely one of the most popular things to put into builds nowadays. And you have a button panel for the server rack. And then up here, we have some more button panels, and you can see the server racks. Not entirely sure what this area is for. Maybe it's an elevator or something. Who knows? It's useful. And then upstairs, not much, but we can see the cockpit, which is largely unchanged. Button panel, it is the standard module. From here, it looks like nothing has changed, but externally, there's been a lot of modification. Anyway, I will go back downstairs to show off the rest. So here, large gyroscope. Off-center is a bit odd, but it's okay. And there's mid bay. Of course, this is hooked up to a conveyor line, which goes all the way back. Then, yeah, it's right here. And then upstairs we go. There's more conveyors and an assembler. Pretty good. You kind of blank space to do what you want. Then up again, we have the sort of habitation area. We got a couch. We have a table. The lighting is bugging. Probably something to do with the shadow timer. Yeah, we have a bed. I'm assuming because of its cot-like appearance, this is supposed to be kind of like a, what should we call it? Like those beds from Portal that are like enclosures. So, a cryopod essentially. Because this is pretty small and it's in a unique position, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it fits an engineer, right? It's kind of hard to see. Yep, you can certainly sleep there. I'd say. Yep, if it's a person. Continuing onwards. Now this funky table with UV lights. Not entirely sure why there are UV lights here, but that's cool. And we of course have a toilet and toilet paper. Though I will say this toilet paper looks more like a dryer than actual toilet paper. but this is the luxury toilet off the workshop. Very recognisable. Good little toilet area. Not super detailed, but there's a toilet. Over the side, we have the same couch, bench. I do like this observation though. It looks pretty cool. You can see the entire ship, well, the entire side of the ship, and of course you can see some projects I've been working on, my module pack. I'll go into that later to try to think about what modules this person used. Over here at back, we have yet another dock. Of course, this is the red ship. There's some thrusters up there, which I'm not entirely sure about, but I'll go back inside and show the rest of the ship. So, hop down to the bottom again. Through here we have, as you can see, there's some engineering. See, it's glass. Some more cargo, you know, standard sort of stuff. I would expect the gyroscope to be here. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I'd expect the gyroscope to be here. But going back through, there's some cargo. And here's the wing, which has the 2 reactors in both wings and 2 refineries. They are mirrored. I believe these are directly taken off of the red ship, which is understandable. It's kind of hard to get the red ship look without just like taking these thrusters off of a red ship. So, you know, that is an interesting design choice. The rest of the ship is modular though, and turning on the modules, here's a thruster attachment. You can see the trusses connecting it to the rest, and you can also see the wall panels and a spotlight. Some more trusses. And then over here, one of the best parts of this entire build, this is actually a module I made using Dutchy. They're another creator. They made some guns, and uniquely this thing that I made does not feature that gun, because this is an entirely custom turret made by wolfKnight. You can see it's pretty detailed. 4 Gatling guns, they are conveyed up. I mean, it won't move, of course, but it looks cool, right? Looks great. Of course, that is probably, I think, the highlight of the build, is these turrets. They look great. Continuing on the outside for modifications is these ramps been added. This comms tower is using a red light instead of a white light, like on the actual build. More ramps, some pipes connecting these to light extensions. Some more light extensions, blah, blah, blah. The underside of this is pretty bland, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Add landing gear or something? It's a red ship. It doesn't doesn't really work that well with that. Over the rear, you can see, of course, the thrusters. And there's a thruster module right there. More trusses. Wait, this build looks great, right? So much has been done, and this is the sort of thing you can do with modules, right? You can just slap together a lot of different parts and make a ship that is your own, and then modify it further. You can take stuff you like and put it on, and remove stuff you don't like, and blend 2 modules together. Like, for example, down here, this bridge, if I can... FG... Okay, I need a browser workshop for this. I believe this is bridge 2? Yeah, this is bridge 2. So I'll compare bridge 2 to the bridge that has been placed by wolfKnight here. If it allows me. Yep, okay. So you can see there's some modification that has happened. So first things first, this has been extended out by another block, I believe, yes. There's been a modular attachment to the top, yes. Then at the bottom here, there's been significant modification, because here is pretty much blank. But over here, you can see they've added trusses, pipes, spotlights on the end, and then these small bulges, which I guess are just structural. Of course, there's been a truss added here. And I think that's really cool. Like, this isn't just the modular cockpit, it is a modular cockpit that's been stylized. And of course, same goes for like a lot of the build too. So I'll go here. So of course, oops, it's a little bit laggy. But of course, compare these two, right? There's been significant modification where it goes down and then it has a ramp. And the back here it is modified a bit, like that. And then of course the lights have been changed and the colours have been changed, and you can recognise the module as being the same, but it is different enough that you can recognise this has been changed a lot. Oops, that's my backpack. And I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot. I'll go find this spot. See, it actually gets used twice. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is from a Napier, I believe. So, of course, at the front here, it's been shortened a lot, so it doesn't overextend by the cockpit. Because, of course, on the red ship, right, it's kind of angled a little bit, as it is here, where you have your opening. And so, to achieve that, wolfKnight has cut a bit of the segment off, and there's a spotlight in there too. They even added little hazards for it too. Actually pretty nice. And of course, then of course this is actually also on the back side of. Just want to look closer at what modifications that have. Okay. I think it's been pretty simple. But this same module is actually on the rear, but a lot less modified, as you can see. So railings all pretty much the same, end is pretty much the same, but has been modified here so it actually blends with this thruster pack, which I think is pretty good. Pretty good. And of course up here, in the sort of blank space that's left here, which, to be entirely honest, I'm not entirely sure why this is on the Napier, but you know, they have filled that space with more thrusters, so you know, that's inventive. Move that. And also you can actually see the pipes where they connect. Right through the ship. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's some community built sort of furnishings that have been in this build. I probably missed a few, right? Like some of those tables, maybe the couches are also modular, but I really like this ship, and I really hope I see more modular ships in the future. I just think modules are pretty fun, and Keen themselves are, you know, pushing for more modules in the game, because it is just like so the game is so much more complex now, right? It is so much harder to build ships because you can build so much smaller and so much more detailed, and so for the average player, in order to build a ship, they have a lot more work to do. So anything they can do to make it easier to build is incredible, because new players need it, right? Even in Space Engineers 1, there's so many times where it's pretty much impossible for a new player to build a ship, right? Because there's not that much in terms of tutorials, and even if they did give tutorials, right, like if I remember correctly, there's a tutorial around building a fighter, or at least repairing a fighter, and it's like new players are going to struggle with that stuff, right? But give them a bunch of modules and they can do whatever they want with them, and they can make something like this, which is a fairly impressive build. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here, pretty much. Go for thumbnail ending. Some announcements, yeah. I'm kind of simmering down on videos, but I probably will make more, especially because new keen software updates to this game. There's been, what, the half wall, the half window, conveyors, as you saw, a bunch of conveyors, and we're gonna be getting brand new blocks, like, today. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the new blocks will have been released by the time this video's been up. So, yeah, I'll see you for that, and, I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. I also have a Discord server now. There's only 2 other people in it, but, you know, we have a Discord server. I'm active there. If you want to talk to me there, you can, right? And yeah, I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.